Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Nice to see you too.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Your Christmas, New Year's, what was that like for you?
Pretty well.
hmm Tell me some more. Like, what did you do? Was there anything interesting you did? Or is there something that you don't do?
Actually, due to pandemic, means parties and all those things were not arranged. So I
hmm
was with my family. That's it. Means
Nice.
I couldn't go out. As I told you, I'm living in a small town, so we
hmm
don't have much to do in my town. But I used to go out with friends. But this
hmm
time, nothing happened.
So how did you pass your time with your family? What did you guys get up to?
Just gossip.
Ah,
Some different. We tried different dishes because nowadays we are not ordering food from outside. We do not order nowadays.
hmm
We eat home cooked meal only.
hmm
So just cake and some dessert and some different dish we tried, just gossiping. That's it.
out of interest, what is your favorite dessert?
It's a sweet of apricot. Do you have
Apricot?
any apricot? Yeah, it's a Hyderabadi dish. It's a Hyderabadi specialty, and you may know gulab jamun we made at home.
Aha, okay.
This one an apricot sweet. It's really delicious. It's Hyderabad's special dish.
I've had gulab jamun many times. I've never had an apricot gulab jamun. This sounds really interesting.
It's not apricot gulab jamun. It's sweet of apricot
Uh-huh.
that we boil it and then we take out the that fleshy part of it and then we cook it in the sugar. Then put some dry fruits and then we eat with milk cream or ice cream.
Oh, sounds zabardast. Sounds very good. Sounds very good. I've never heard of this. I must ask my mum. Only in Hyderabad. Only in Hyderabad you can have.
No, it's special. It's a speciality of Hyderabad is that dish. But my maternal uncle's wife and one of my sister-in-law, my cousin's wife, she both are from Hyderabad. So they taught us some Hyderabadi dishes, and they always used to cook whenever we go to their house. They cook some Hyderabadi dishes.
Very cool. I like that. It's very good. Very good. Good. Okay, so I asked you to choose an article. You didn't, but I can see that you've selected this. So is this what you want to discuss?
I didn't select anything honestly
Aha.
because
Okay.
today I had my driving test exam. So I just
Great.
came back half an hour before. I had to travel 50 kilometers from my hometown. I had to go to my district
Oh,
place.
very far away. And how was the test? Good, do you
Yeah,
think?
I got passed. It's learning. I got learning license today only. After 1 month, I'll get permanent license.
Mashallah, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. And you have a car already for you? You have a car?
Yes, since 2009 I use car, but with the driver, sometimes my brother drives, sometimes drivers are there. It's a Ford.
Aha. Ford EcoSport. Okay, very good. Looks very nice.
Yeah.
And you haven't driven it yet, right?
My previous car I used to drive, but this car I didn't dare because size of this car is big. When I sit on steering, I cannot see outside of the car, both the sides and
And what made you choose this car? What made you choose this car?
sorry,
What made you choose this car?
me only. My brother was not agreed. He was asking for
hmm
Swift, but I insist him that I like look of this car, so I'll buy this only because height of this car is quite good. And when I sometimes I used to go in remote area, interior area because of school. If I have some work regarding students, or I want to meet the parents of students,
Hmm.
so I used to travel in remote area as well. So my previous car, it was like height was not so good, so it was difficult to drive in on a like what can I say, in a remote road which is
Hmm.
not
Remote area.
a road which is not constructed well.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
chose this car, and look of this car is also quite attractive, good.
Uh-huh. So this car is probably suitable. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe off-road. Like we have many off-road vehicles, and you're talking about not very well constructed roads. So it's suitable for off-roads,
Yes.
where it's rural and that kind of place. Roads are usually not good. They have loads of stones in
Yes,
the
yes,
road.
yes. This car
So
is
you can say it's,
comfortable for
you
that
can say
kind of road.
good, and I guess you must feel safe inside it as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
very
it's
good,
very
very
roomy,
good,
spacious from inside.
very good. And so you've got your learner's license now, you said.
Yes.
So what's the process now? In England, it's a little different.
So
You basically just go on the website and they give you your learners, and then you start the learners, and then you pass and you can drive. So what's your process?
today I had applied for learners, so I had to go there, and some exam was there, like online exam or computer based. There was 15
Uh-huh.
questions regarding some act, and in some critical situation, what means two, three critical situations they have given us, and what will you do in that situation, kind of questions were there. So
Mm-hmm.
I got passed in that exam. After 1 month, I'll have to drive in front of that RTO.
That, what did you say? That audio?
RTO. I don't know what you call in your country, but the person, yeah, the
RDO?
person who examine us, we call him RTO. So he will tell me drive left, drive right, take reverse, or
Uh-huh. Okay,
yeah,
understand. For us, it's just like we just say like an
yes,
examiner.
he's examiner.
Okay, very good. You feel nervous or so-so?
It was just a computer-based exam. That's why I was confident. But in practical exam, when I'll have to drive in front of my, I don't know what will happen.
Uh-huh. And how much practice are you doing now at the moment?
Since last many days, I didn't do anything, but I'll have to start from tomorrow or day after tomorrow because after 1 month, I'll have my driving test.
After 1 month?
Yes.
Wow. Very scary. Okay, great. And just so first of all, just tell me this then. So you don't want to do this. So I'll give you some choices. Last time I believe we done a PPT on gifts of friendship.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we finished it though. Did we finish it? Do you remember?
I think no.
Okay, so we have that's option one. Option two, we can discuss happiness at work. So we'll look at many different things that involve having a satisfying career. Okay. Number three, we have the daily articles. So all the news articles are different categories and different levels. So yeah, which
Number
one would
two.
you like to do? Happiness at work. Okay, good. So let me load it up. Okay, you can see.
Yes, I can see. Describe a recent sales experience you had. I'm not a salesperson.
Oh no. 1 second. And now let me. do something else. 1 second. Okay. So you should see 10 ways to be happy at work.
Okay. Yes, I can see.
Great. So let's go straight into it. So if you can read out loud for me again, and then I'll ask you some questions.
Sure. Happiness is largely a choice. You can choose to be happy at work. Sounds simple, yes, but simplicity is often profoundly difficult to put into action. So think positively about your work, dwell on the aspect of your work you like, avoid negative people and gossip, find co workers you like and enjoy, and spend your time with them. Your choice at work largely define your experience. You can choose to be happy at work.
Great. What does it mean when it says simplicity is often profoundly difficult to put into action?
Hmm. Simplicity is often profoundly difficult to put in the action. It's difficult for me to explain.
Okay, what do you think it could mean when it says simple things are sometimes difficult to do?
Yes, exactly.
What could that mean at work? What could that mean at work?
Simple things I can give you example of my day to
Great.
day. I handle teachers, teaching staff, non-teaching staff, and the people who are watching us from outside. They can think that this is their daily work, day to day work, and they are doing the same work. But many times, suppose some topic is challenging, so definitely it's
Mm-hmm.
quite difficult for us. We have to prepare first, we have to make or prepare some teaching aids, or we have to make understand that those student whom we are teaching. So sometimes students can understand it easily or not. If they don't, we have to use some different strategy to make them understand. So people can think, or they can see that yeah, their work is regular work and it's easy for them, but no, it's not sometimes.
Okay, and what about if we're looking at relationships at work? So, if you're the boss, you have employees, what kind of situation could you have where something really simple for you to do might feel quite difficult? If we're thinking about conversations, what kind of simple thing might be difficult for you to have with an employee?
I think many time I face that kind of situation. Simple things which look simple, but these are not. Sometime if I assign some work to my staff, and they are unable
Mm-hmm.
to do, and I have given some them deadline. For example, our monthly test is there, and one of my employee do not complete his work until time comes close, and same day, at the same day of test, she replied me that sorry ma'am, I haven't prepared papers. So it was means difficult or challenging moment for me, because I have to face those kids and their parents as well. So no, means a person can think that it's a simple thing, but it's not, because I am a responsible person.
Mm-hmm.
Even if my teachers are making mistakes, I am a responsible person. Parents come to me, not to my staff. So simple thing is quite difficult. or
Mm-hmm.
or
Very good.
sometime in our playtime, suppose kids are playing and unfortunately something happened, a kid fell down or something happened. Kids fell down at their home
Mm-hmm.
as well. Sometimes they get injured, but parents adjust with that. But same thing, if same thing happen in school, they react very intensively. So
Mm-hmm.
again, it's not a simple thing for us.
Okay, very good. Now, what does it mean about what does dwell mean? Dwell on the aspects of your work. To dwell on something.
Do
Dwell is like a deep thought. So, for example, I often dwell on my future. I often think about my future. I dwell on it though. Dwell isn't
Yes,
just like this. This is like
yes, yes.
dwelling.
So think about.
Dwelling. My dad used to do this many times if when I came home with a bad result. He was dwelling. He wanted to know if he was gonna slap me or take money from me.
Right.
So, what does dwell mean for you? What kind of things do you dwell on?
Mm, Many times I dwell for the development of my school. I deeply dwell on maintaining quality. I'm living in a countryside, so I always dwell on that. Even though my school is in countryside, I want to give students very good quality, like metro city student. So when my students will go out and they will face to other means, if they leave this place and they go to other cities and they take admission in other school, they should not be less than these students. Or sometime what happens,
Hmm.
the students which are living here, and sometimes their relative come to them, or these kids go to their place of relatives and they are studying in metro cities. So I thought that if they
Hmm.
compare these kids, my students should not be less than those. So I love to work on quality, so I always attend different kind of trainings, different kind of workshops and conferences. So I constantly work on it, and it's like it's my passion. I love to do it. So yeah, I do it.
Great. So you could say you're constantly
Yes.
upskilling. Very good. Okay, good. Amazing. Let's have a look at the next one.
I can't hear you.
You can't. Can you see it?
uh, Now
You
I
can
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Uh-huh. Okay. Great. Can you see number two? Do something you
No,
love.
screen is same, it hasn't changed. Yeah.
Very strange. Okay.
Okay, let's get started.
Let me let me
Okay.
bring it back for you. How about now?
Do something you love every single day. You may or may not love your current job, and you may or may not believe that you can find something in your current job to love. But you can take a look at yourself, your skill and interest, and find something that you can enjoy and doing every day. If you do something you love every single day, your current job won't seem so bad. Of course, you can always make your current job work, or decide that it's time to quit your job.
Good. So I got two questions for you. Question number one is, what do you like the most about your job? The most at the top.
So many things are there, which I like in my job. Like I am someone who cannot work under pressure of other people. So it's a positive point for me that I'm supervising 19-20 people. First thing. Then another thing is that
Okay.
I really love it from bottom of my heart. Full day I'm surrounding with very innocent soul, very innocent soul, like small
Good.
kids. They're like I would like to give an example. If suppose means I'll give you a real example. He was a third or fourth standard kid, and he is a very naughty. So his teacher complained me that
Mhm.
madam, just talk to him and he's not listening to me. And I used to go on
Mhm.
round each and every class. So I intentionally didn't go to that class, but when I was on round, I went to this class, and I scolded at him, and I strictly gave him instruction that I'll call your parents, I'll tell you, as well as I'll punish you. And after some time I was feeling thirsty. I forgot my bottle in office, so I was looking for my peon to bring my water bottle. So that kid,
Mhm.
he didn't think for a moment. He didn't ask for permission. He ran fast to my office. My school space is like it's a big space, like 1 acre land. I don't know how you measure,
Mhm.
and it is completely opposite to other end. He ran fast, and I think
Mhm.
within 2 minutes or 1 minute, he brought that bottle and he handed over to me. And expressions of his face was like he won something big. He forgot. He totally forgot that just before a few times I forgot him. So these are pure and innocent souls. So I'm working with those that kind of innocent kids, and it's like fun working with these kids. And in my pre-primary section, if I ask, what's your mother name, she'll say mummy. What's your father name, she'll say papa. So that kind of innocent
Very
student.
good.
So I love it, I
Very good.
enjoy.
Very good. Okay, my next question then is, what do you least like about your job?
Yes, so many things are there, Liz. Sometime when teachers do not follow instructions, and I think
Mhm.
that teacher should be punctual. Sometimes teacher, it doesn't
Of
happen
course.
always, but I like a teacher to be punctual. Then another thing is that about teaching aids and making lesson plans. So I always ask them to do it before. You are going to teach what you are
Mhm.
going to teach tomorrow. Be prepared today for it, or do corrections
Mhm.
before starting another lesson. So sometimes they don't. So I feel really bad because it improves quality, and I'm
Very good.
always
Very
behind
good.
quality. So when they don't do, really, I'm strict with them sometimes.
What do you mean I'm always behind quality?
I always try to maintain quality, but running a school is not my
Great.
one person's work. It cannot do one person. If suppose I'm working very well, it is not sufficient. It's a teamwork. Each and every person should
Mhm.
each and
It is
every
teamwork.
person should take responsibility. And again, it's my duty as well, so that I should give credit to those people who are working well, or who are working hard.
Very good. Very good. So it requires teamwork. It requires a joint effort,
Yes.
you can say. A joint effort, similar to how if you want to run a ship, it's great that you're the captain, but the captain requires a crew to move the ship and stuff. Very good. Great. Let's have a look at number three. I think this is something you do quite a lot in your life, actually.
Take charge of your own professional and personal development. Take charge of your own growth. Ask for specific and meaningful help from your boss, but march to the music of your personality. What is meaning of here march? But march to the music of your personality develop.
Not personality,
Oh, sorry,
personally.
personally develop plan and goals. But march to the music of your personally.
What is marching?
Marching is like parade.
Uh-huh, good. So like a forward marching. Sometimes we see
Yes.
armies march, right? Crowds march. Okay, now what does that mean? March to the music of your developed plan, your goals. March to your plans.
Okay, you have the most to gain from growing and the most to lose if you stand still.
Great. So what does this mean?
Gain from growing. If you are growing, we can gain from it. We can get a benefit from him, and the most to lose if we stand still. If we do not do towards our goal, or we just keep means lazy or lethargic. We do not do anything towards our destination, towards our goal. We may lose many things.
Hmm. Very good. So you do understand march to the music of your personally developed
Yes.
plan and goals. Great, great. Now, how much do you encourage your staff to do that as well?
Always I encourage them.
Hmm.
I have made a plan. Means I have been doing since many days. I put a prize for everyone, weekly prize. I just give them some cash. Before I used to give them some gifts, but nowadays, since last few months, I was giving them cash prize, whatever you want to purchase, whatever you want, you can purchase. The teacher who is not absent, the teacher who is not getting any complaint from parents, the teacher whose students are scoring good marks, teacher who is punctual and doing work on time. We choose a teacher from pre-primary section and primary section, and we sit all together, we
Right,
clap for them, and we just hand over them a gift. So it's motivating for them.
great, great. Have you seen a dramatic change in your staff
Some
now?
people are really motivated, but some are like stone. They do whatever you want to do,
I
but
love
we
that.
are not gonna change.
And why do you think that is?
I think it's their attitude, or maybe they are busy in thinking something else. Physically, they are present, or mentally, they are somewhere else. They just want to spend that time. Oh, it's a time of 5 or 6 hours. I'll spend that time, and then that's it.
So what do you think would motivate them?
I tried different things, so many different things. Some people change, of course, they changed a lot, and some they don't.
Hmm. Can you give me an example of some things you tried?
So many things I tried. I organized some trainings. I call orator from outside to motivate them. Some people definitely change, but some don't.
Okay, very good, very good.